Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to the Ramble. Today, I want to talk to you about the pet channel. I don't get asked too much now. I think people have just given up asking when it started. I do have a second channel, and it's got a couple of thousand subscribers. Doesn't have any videos on it yet, but the plan is to make pet videos because it's something I'm interested in. It's something moving forward that if you don't know, the sort of big plan for me and Curly is, at the moment, we both live in Northern Ireland. She lived over here because of her previous marriage to a Northern Irish bloke. I lived in England. She broke up, but like amicably. They just sort of, as people often do, just sort of fell out of love. But they still got on fine, and they were still living in the same house, just in separate bedrooms. They were still friends and stuff. And then me and Curly met online, and then I moved over. So we are currently in a weird living position. I've talked about all this before. It's not like a secret. Where I'm house sharing with her ex-husband. Yunan, his name is. And he is a really lovely guy, really nice guy. He's very supportive of what I do. When I first moved in, of course, it was very awkward, as you'd expect. But actually, it's been really good. We get on great. We're friends. He has a Loki Doki beanie that he wears often. He's even gone to America for a family holiday and he's taking the Loki Doki beanie to America to sort of show off and stuff, and really supportive of what I do. He's a really lovely bloke, but it's still not an ideal world, right? And this has always been a bit part of our sort of grand plan. The trouble is nowadays houses are really expensive, and it's hard to get yourself on the ladder. And so this has suited our living arrangements. It means that we can, between the three of us, we can share the rent, share the mortgage, and stuff like this on their house. But the grand plan is to one day move out. Now, ideally, we'd like that to be Bournemouth, which is where I come from. It's where my mum lives. We're not going to. It's really expensive to buy a house on the south coast, like crazy expensive. It's one of the most, outside of the big sort of city. The big cities. It's one of the most expensive places to live. So that's unlikely. But we still want to be in a place that allows us to be within train distance or a couple of hours drive from Bournemouth, so I can pop in and see my mum at the weekend, take the dogs down, all that sort of stuff. So at the moment, any money that we make from YouTube and Twitch and stuff goes towards a big pot that we're saving for, as well as obviously paying all the standard bills and stuff like that. But any extra money is going into a pot that we plan to eventually move house. We're currently looking somewhere like South Wales, because we've got basically three things that we look for in a house. We want it can't be that expensive, so it's good reason. We don't care about the house size at all, as long as it's big enough and comfortable enough. It's really not a materialistic, but neither of us are really very materialistic. The house doesn't have to be big really at all, but we would like a nice bit of land, so therefore it makes it even more sense to sort of move to somewhere like Bournemouth. So somewhere like Wales might be. The third thing is I need good internet, for obvious reasons, Twitch streaming and stuff like that. So South Wales is an idea that's popped up a number of times, but the grand plan is what we both love to do, is start our own little sort of, it's like fostering, but almost like an old age pensioners home for sort of dogs. You know how you often see in the dog pounds that older dogs, and it's fair enough, people don't like to adopt older dogs generally because you're not going to get to spend a massive amount of time with them. You might only have a couple of years with these dogs. Also, vet bills, that's going to be an expensive part. So the grand plan was always to have a place where we could maybe get 5 or 6 more dogs and have a proper pack of dogs and give them a really nice, lovely place to live out the rest of their years. And also look after, because I have dog training, qualifications, have some of the troubled dogs that come into the shelters and stuff, and maybe even we do some fostering, or I do some retraining before they're ready to be rehomed, that sort of thing. It's not going to be a charity, but the plan was that any money that I make on YouTube and all that sort of stuff would go you know, towards financing all that and stuff like that. We might, and part of that was the dog channel or the pet channel, and it was going to start off. I've done hundreds of hours of planning for the pet channel, and that, you know, and what we were going to start off with, it was going to be sort of fun, but also the main focus would be educational. It's called the Lazy Dog Owner's Guide, and the reason is because, you know, lots of quick tips to help dog owners, you know, and also training tips, but also just fun little tips, recipes for dog treats, review videos of dog products and services, and I've done a ton of stuff. I was thinking of doing a series where I interviewed other YouTubers that had dogs about their dogs. There's tons of ideas, and eventually that would then mold, when we started rescuing dogs, that would then mold into, as well as doing those other bits, but less frequently, we'd add lots more dog vlogs with our pack of dogs and all that sort of stuff. So that was the sort of grand plan. And I've had it ready to go for ages now, and I've not pulled the trigger, partly down to time. As you know, doing all this YouTube stuff takes a long time, and I was thinking, well, you know, I can do one video a week initially to get the ball rolling and stuff, especially while I get used to the new format, because there's lots more sort of filming needed and stuff, just while I sort of got used to the new format and everything. And I hadn't pulled the trigger. And, you know, Curly's often asked me, you know, are we still doing it? People have asked me in chat, are we still doing it? And I've put it off, and I've not really. I think there's multiple reasons why it hasn't happened yet. And there was a few. One is obviously time. The biggest one is just finding the time, right? Obviously, doing this as a full-time job on YouTube and also the Twitch streaming and stuff is tricky. And, you know, there's always a little bit of trepidation with starting a new channel, doing something I've not done before, like a different style of videos entirely and stuff like that. So there's that part of it as well. And also, I think there's something in my head that was... it's really hard because it's not obvious to me, but there was part of me that I think was going, well, I don't know if, because obviously once you start the channel you're committing to it, and I don't know if that's the thing I want to do. I do have basically a Let's Play channel, right, for gaming, but there's often times where I've wanted to make a video about something, and this could be anything. It could be dog related or cat related. It could be gaming related, it could be something about Brexit, politics, or it could be completely random, some YouTube stories and stuff like that. And most of those things just wouldn't fit on my gaming channel. They would look so out of place, it would be really weird. And obviously most of those wouldn't fit on the dog channel as well. And then obviously, as many of you know, recently, Midge, our cat, passed away. We had him put down. He had a great life, but he had lots of health problems, and eventually they just kind of won the battle. And obviously that's, for any pet owner, that's a horrible thing and a hard thing to go through. And that kind of put a stopper on I didn't want anything to do with recording videos because it's part of it. And so I'm not doing the pet channel. I've talked this through with Curly. It feels weird. It would feel weird doing it now with Midge gone. It was the 3 dogs and the 2 cats, and that was a big part of it, and they were going to be focused heavily. And suddenly, before I'd even started, he's in the channel header and everything. Before I'd even started, he's not with us anymore. So that it just feels weird, and it was almost the catalyst to go, actually, that's not what I want to do. That sort of channel's going to take up more time than I basically have. But and the other thing, as I said, this is really rambly because I'm going through all this in my head as well, so apologies if this is all bollocks, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So it was hard because of Midge as well, but then I think the biggest thing for me is that if I start the dog channel and I do one video a week on that, and that would be basically my entire life then. So I'd be doing YouTube 7 days a week. I'd be doing this channel, one video a week. I'm Twitch streaming 3 or 4 times a week for a few hours. That would be it then. There wouldn't be room for anything else. And I think this is probably the single biggest point, really. But I want to make other content that's not gaming, that's not pets. And if I had those two channels, that would basically mean I could never make any other content. Like, I could never have just a random video about Brexit or about some YouTube drama or something that I want to talk about that just sort of, tickles my fancy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have I'm going to close down the pets channel, and I'm going to start a second channel. But this second channel is going to be like Loki's Corner. I haven't got a name for it or something, but I'm going to give it a name, and the essence of this channel will be a place for me to put random videos. So if I want to talk about Brexit, as an example, I don't, because it's a shit show, but it's an obvious topic, or some YouTube crap that's gone on, or because I really enjoy YouTube stuff. I really take a high level of interest in YouTube, what's going on in YouTube. It is my livelihood, so I quite enjoy looking at some of the silly stories and some of the idiots on YouTube and talking about news that's YouTube related and stuff like that. Hopefully in a sort of humorous way, but I also want to make the odd dog video, or it might be a product review, but it doesn't limit me just to that, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to make a channel that's going to be my second channel. It'll have some name that I haven't got a clue what it is yet. You're welcome to put suggestions in the comments, actually. That would be really useful. But it's going to be a place that doesn't have a schedule for videos. It's going to be a place where if I want to talk about something or do something that's not gaming related, that I can put on that channel. So eventually, it might mould itself into, when we start looking after dogs and training dogs and fostering dogs and all that sort of stuff, it might then have a lot more of those videos in it. But it doesn't limit me to that. I can do all sorts of stuff. And I know for the YouTube algorithm or for growth of a channel, it's not ideal because, you want a YouTube channel to have a general focus. And this won't. And this won't have a regular upload schedule. But that takes away all pressure then. It means I don't have to sit down each week and go, shit, I haven't done anything for this channel this week. I need to make some sort of video. That won't even have to cross my mind. Like I said, if I want to make a video about the dogs or a product or some sort of training guide or tips or whatever it is, I can still do that on that channel as well as anything else I want to talk about it. So I don't expect it to be a massive channel because it will be quite random. But I think that makes the most sense for me. And like I said, the pet channel almost doesn't feel right without Midge. And obviously he had nothing to do with the creation of the channel. He wasn't a tech wizard. But you know what I mean? It was us, it was me and Curly and the 5 pets, and now there's not, and that feels weird. And again, like I said, I think the biggest thing was the fact that I do want to make other videos, just random shit, and have a rant about what a tit Logan Paul is, or something like that, or some random shit that's happening on YouTube that doesn't really fit with the gaming. It definitely wouldn't fit with the pet channel. But having a little corner of the internet where my random videos can go on any sort of schedule, I think is the best of all worlds. My focus this year is, as always, the focus of my job will be my gaming YouTube channel and my streaming on Twitch, and that's. And as you've probably seen, if you've watched my channel regularly, I'm doing more of the Twitch. I'm still doing the same amount of YouTube, but I'm increasing the Twitch because I'm just fucking loving it. And people say, oh, good idea doing the Twitch, so that's where the money is and stuff like that. If you've known me for long enough, I don't do things. Look, I've just talked, how long? 14 minutes about creating a YouTube channel that makes no sense to most new people finding it. So it's not about money. I think if you do something you're passionate about and you want to do, then people will watch the videos. And if people will watch the videos, then you'll get ad revenue from it. So it's not... And I know there's probably a million things I could do more or do differently to make more money, you know. And yes, I do want to save for a house and all that sort of good stuff, but I am making what I consider decent money through Patreon, Twitch and YouTube ad revenue that I don't feel I need to push it really hard. If people want to support me, that is fucking amazing. It allows me to do it sooner, but I'm not going to go for that. That's why you haven't seen 17 different Football Manager experiments explaining what if every team had $1 billion? What are the best 5 wonder kids this year? What are the best 5 teams to manage? And what, you know, all the sort of clickbaity Football Manager videos that come out every year. And I always say, after I've said that bit, I don't blame anyone for doing that. I'm not having a go at any YouTubers that want to do that stuff because they're going for growth, they're going for numbers, they want to make more money. I totally get that. Understand that. It's just not how I do things around here. If you've been here like for any length of time, you'll know that's not really how I do things around here. I do things that I think will be fun and hopefully other people will think are fun. I don't think making a video of giving each team in the Premier League or each team in League Two $1 billion, can't speak. That's not fun because we all know what's going to happen. They're going to get better and spend money, aren't they? You know, and so I think a corner of the internet that allows me to upload videos about whatever the fuck I want, whatever takes my fancy at the time, and also allow me to experiment with stuff because eventually I might find something that I really enjoy doing and that becomes a more regular thing. But having no schedule and having those allows me to fully concentrate on my gaming channel, on my Twitch, and then occasionally if I come up with a really good idea or there's something I really want to talk about, I can just sit down and do it and put it on the other channel, and if people want to watch it, that's great, and all that sort of stuff. So, but if you've got any ideas for names of the channel, it doesn't have to be Loki's Corner or, you know, it doesn't have to say Loki. It can be anything you want. Just let your minds run wild with ideas. That'll be very much appreciated. Yeah, and again, as I said, I get to do this for a job. I get to play Football Manager as a job. And I have almost 40,000 subscribers, which is incredible, which is absolutely bonkers. It's one of the biggest Football Manager channels in the world. In the world. I went a bit movie voice then. In the world. But in the grand scheme of YouTube, it is a tiny channel. And the only reason that it's a full-time job is not because of ad revenue. Ad revenue makes up, at a sort of pluck guess, 15% maybe of my revenue. It's all down to you guys that support me on Patreon and Twitch. And this is not a call out before some knob in the comments says, oh, you're just asking for money. I'm not fucking asking for money. I'm just saying thank you to those people that do support me on Patreon and Twitch and all that crazy stuff, because that's what's allowing all this to sort of continue to take place. And I'm really hoping that a lot of you will join me on this second channel. And it's the sort of place where I hope most of you will find the odd video entertaining. Not every video might be for you. There might be some you can just miss. It's not the sort of you have to check every day to see what video, you know, carry on with a series. It's just going to be random videos. If stuff we like and we enjoy and you enjoy, then we might do more of it. No schedule, just whenever we feel like it. And I think that'll make it better as well than forcing videos because you've got a day to make a video because you've not made video for a week and all that good stuff. I'm going to shut up now because I thought this might be about 5 minutes, this video. It's turned into 19. Standard Loki. But let me know, firstly, if you understood what I was trying to explain. Like I said, it's still not 100% clear in my head, but I've given all the reasons why I think it's the right decision to not do the pet channel and do something else. Like I said, there'll still be plenty of pet stuff on the other channel. It just won't be the focus. It'll be a random channel with loads of random videos that, you know, who knows? I don't know yet. It'll be fun. And that allows us to do silly things as well. Right, I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. Thank you for the support as always. You are amazing. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.